It's the Soka Forest of Doom. Over 20 fresh decaying human remains were discovered that day. 50 human skulls, multiple clothed items belonging to men, women, and children, believed to have been captured by suspected ritualists. Body parts like hands and limbs were scattered around the floors of this forest, almost like it was a kitchen for wild animals. It was an eyesore, a nightmare, one you can only find in a horror movie. Up until this very day, no one knew what really happened behind the thick bushes of the Soka Forest of Death. Up until this very day still, no one has been held responsible for the evil that went on behind the walls of this uncompleted building discovered deep in the heart of the Soka Forest. Who were the masterminds? Who were the victims? What were done to these body parts of these victims? And why was the government so eager to bury the story? In this video, we are going to learn about what truly happened inside the pits of the Soka Hell. We're going to learn about the victims through the voices of the few survivors. Their individual stories should at least give us a clue as to what really went down behind the walls of the Asylum of Death. Why and who did this? Before we continue, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what country you're watching from and click the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. The first story we're going to look at is that of a motorcyclist by the name of Abakuda. He is the reason for this particular discovery. Thanks to Abakuda, the satanic activities that was going on in the Soka Forest was exposed. If not for these motorcyclists, I don't think we would have ever discovered this horror. There is a chance that the evil going on in the Soka Forest would still be going on up till this day. On the 21st of March 2014, a motorcyclist by the name of Abakuda was called by an acquaintance to help take him somewhere around Soka area. Now, by this time, nothing was known about the Soka Forest horror, like it had not been discovered. To the rest of the world, Soka was just a community in lBADAN. Abakuda was on his motorcycle taking a friend home when he got a phone call from another friend, and the call was so consistent that Abakuda had to stop his motorcycle to take the call. And when he took the call, the second friend was like, "Please come get me and take me to Soka area. I am in a hurry. I have somewhere to be." And Abakuda was like struggling with the network, but instead of telling him off, he told his first friend that, "Okay, see, we have to turn around. Let's go and see the second person so, I can know what's up with him." And that was how Abakuda turned his motorcycle around with the first friend still on it. And they both went to meet the second person calling. Meeting the second person calling, Abakuda was like, "Okay, see, I'm going to come and pick you, but I need to drop this guy first. He was the one I was going to drop while you were calling. We had to turn around to just come and see what's up with you." And that was how the second friend was like, "Okay, fine. You're going to drop him first. No problem. I'll wait for you to drop him and then you come pick me." And then Abakuda took the first friend and dropped the first friend off. On his way back, he felt some type of way. He was like, it's getting late. If he had to go and pick the second friend and drop the second friend at the Soka area where the friend wants to go, by the time he's coming back, it's going to be pretty dark and he might be alone. So Abakuda was worried to journey back all by himself, and so he went along with his cousin who was not named. So after dropping the first friend, Abakuda picked up a relation known as a cousin, and they both went to meet the second friend. And that was how it was said Abakuda, his cousin, and the second friend journeyed towards Soka area. And that would be the last time they heard from Abba and his cousin. And that was on a Friday. The next day on a Saturday, everyone was looking for Abba. His family were looking for him. The fellow motorcyclist riders, they were all looking for him because he did not come back home. Now, let me tell you people something, because I know this story is already being said a lot. I don't trust the second friend that called Abba. And my reason is very clear. Because when he kept calling Abba when Abba was on the motorcycle about to drop the first friend, he sounded like he was in a hurry. He sounded like he was running late for something. So, which meant that this guy most likely wanted to get somewhere and he wanted to get there fast. But if Abba wasn't available at the point, shouldn't he have taken another motorcycle? Let's be clear, Abba was not the only motorcyclist in lBADAN at the time. There were numerous motorcyclists he could have called. I'm sure Abba was not the only motorcyclist acquaintance data that he had on his phone. He could have called so many more. He could have come out of his street and entered a taxi and journeyed to wherever he was going to. He could have done that, but he didn't. Which to me is very suspicious. I mean, if you were in a hurry, why did you have to wait for this motorcyclist to go and drop someone else and then come back to pick you? There was just something off about that move. And over the course of this video, hearing the testimonies of how the other survivors found themselves in that soca forest, you will notice a pattern that is consistent, which would most likely give you the impression that there is a possibility that some of these victims of the soca forest of death might have been sold out by someone close to them. So Abba, his cousin, and this second friend all journeyed towards soca area, going to drop that particular friend. And that was the last they were heard from. It was the next day in the morning when Abba was being looked for by his family that people realized that something bad must have happened. That was when the first friend that Abba had gone to drop, remembered that someone was desperately calling Abba to take him to the soca area. It was that friend that gave the information that there's a chance that Abba might have been in soca because he wanted to drop someone off there. Now, it's not particularly clear. However, around this same period, still that Saturday morning, they got a call from Abba. And on the call, the family of Abba were frantic. They were like, Abba, where are you? We've been looking for you. We've been asking everyone for your whereabouts. Where did you go? I hope you're alright. And Abba was like, I don't know where I am. It looks like I've been buried alive. He told them that they were most likely on their way to soca area when they got attacked and captured. But he did not see who, nor did he